The class of 2020 has missed out a lot.
We were going to school. It was an every average day. We were all talking, hanging out, and all the normal stuff, really. And then to the next Monday, we get the news that school kind of shut down, and we never really knew it was our last day.
When we first switched into quarantine and everything started switching online, I had this thought in my head of, oh, it'll go away. We'll go back to school.
It's definitely a different ending than we were all expecting.
I wish that we could have had that last couple months together.
I wish I could just go in my school and walk down the halls again, even if it's by myself.
It's definitely a challenging time to be a senior.
As a class of 2020, I think this is so unique. Just like my story is, and how I was back in Syria and now I'm here. I think that's just unique. I feel like it's a story that it's worth sharing and worth telling for the generations that it's after us.
Throughout this pandemic experience, which is definitely strange, I've been trying to kind of keep the positive side of it as best I can.
There's a lot I'm proud of that I got to accomplish.
I was nominated for the DAR scholarship.
Just recently I became an Eagle Scout.
Getting past Lyme disease.
I was really proud of myself because I finally had the courage to start flying.
Last year we submitted our performances to what's called the Halo Awards in Connecticut, and I actually won one.
One of my solos I choreographed myself, and that one won first place, which I wasn't expecting.
That I learned English so fast.
When I was applying for colleges, I was very concerned about me getting accepted into any of them. And out of a kind of freak out moment, I applied to 10 of them because that is the limit of sending your SAT scores to. And I applied to all 10. Some of them were more reach colleges like UConn, others were smaller. But I guess my biggest accomplishment is when I got accepted into all 10 of them, including UConn. That was kind of a big wow moment for me.
One person that had a really big impact on me is my teachers, but especially Miss Singster.
My chef, Ramos.
A teacher called Adrian Vicia.
Miss Colley.
Mrs. Kreger.
I was always scared to step out of my comfort zone, but when I spoke with her, she knew what to say to me.
Because of her, I'm able to say that I will be the first one in my family to go to college.
My ballet teacher, Gloria Govern, she is in her 70s and she still has her leg up above her head.
So I think a big influence on me is my dad.
Probably my parents. They're just always there for me.
My best friend. His name's Keith.
My friend James and Lauren and Ty.
They really kept me sane.
He's always been there just to push me forward and make sure I'm kind of doing my best.
One person that's really helped me was my academic advisor, who is Melissa Moss.
Mr. Butler. Mr. Van Frazian.
There are not very many people that you can sit down and have a conversation about grammar with.
I could go to his office if I was having trouble with something.
He showed me how you can really appreciate the high moments in your life when you've also experienced the lows.
One thing I missed out on was the student-directed play that I had produced.
So I was supposed to be the lead player in Pippin.
One of the hardest things I think I've had to sort of accept is that I don't get to dance with my friends ever again.
I was just so excited for my family to see me sing for the first time, so it was really, really difficult that they never got to.
The biggest thing that I missed out was my high school baseball season in the spring.
I was excited. I was finally a co-captain for tennis this season.
This past weekend, we would have had our spring show for ballet.
I really looked forward to prom ever since I was little.
I was looking forward to prom and graduation and walking across the stage with my friends, but now it's going to be I'm going to drive in my car and get my diploma and go back in the car and go home.
But I think with all of COVID and everything, people are coming up with new ways to make seniors feel special, especially with Adopt a Senior, and these virtual graduations, getting all your family together that maybe could not have been there. So I think there has been some positive to come out of the negative.
But I think our class is definitely going to learn that resilience and, to stay positive even when things sort of seem like they're falling apart around us. I know I've definitely tried to keep positive and look at, how fortunate I am instead of looking at all the things I'm missing out on. So I think definitely that resilience and that optimism is something that myself and the rest of the class of 2020 will take with us.
I always try to see the positive side of things and keep a positive mindset.
To cherish really every moment, because you never know when it's going to be your last day, but you also never know when it might be your last day just with your friends.
I realized that friendship is really important.
We're really all in this together. You have people that you can lean on.
Just how important my family and friends are.
You can't really look to the future and expect things to always happen. You always have to take each day one at a time.
Be happy with what you have and make the most out of it.
I've definitely learned how strong the class of 2020 is.
Just stay strong and keep moving, because life's not going to stop here.
Although we go our separate ways, we'll always come back together and still have that friendship together.
Keep your head up and don't let it get to you, because no matter what, you are still the class of 2020.